Two retired Church of England priests have been arrested in Eastbourne on suspicion of sexually abusing children and young men. One is a senior member of clergy and the other a former parish priest. Sussex police say the cases are not linked and that the arrests are the result of a complex re-investigation which is continuing. Colin Campbell reports.
Canon Gordon Rideout worked here at All Saints Church in Eastbourne until he retired in 2003, but his work in churches and in schools across Sussex continued until 2010. He is one of two retired priests arrested early this morning by detectives from Sussex Police who say their investigations are ongoing. Escorted from his home by detectives, Canon Gordon Rideout is accused of sexually assaulting 9 children in the 60s and 70s. Former parish priest Robert Coles, also arrested early this morning, is accused of abusing 3 young men in the 70s and 80s.
It is a very challenging investigation. It's been going on for 6 months. A large amount of victims and witnesses have been traced from around the country. They've now been interviewed by the police, and that forms the integral part of this investigation, culminating in the arrest today.
A former rural dean, Canon Gordon Rideout is alleged to have abused children whilst working in Sussex, London and Hampshire. He retired in 2003 but continued to conduct occasional services at All Saints in Eastbourne until 2010. Throughout his career he worked with children. In the 60s he was a chaplain at a Barnardo's home in North East London. He also worked in an all-girls boarding school in Eastbourne until 2003 and was chair of governors at St Mary's Special School in Bexhill and Bishop Bell in Eastbourne until recently. The arrests follow an ongoing church inquiry into alleged safeguarding mistakes by Bishop Wallace Benn, the Bishop of Lewes, who's now facing disciplinary action. It also coincides with an investigation ordered by the Archbishop of Canterbury into child protection failings in churches in Sussex. The police say today's arrests are the result of a re-investigation of historic allegations. Detectives have revealed that several complaints of sexual abuse were made against Canon Gordon Rideout in 1972. A further related allegation was made in 2001. He was arrested, but the police say that there was insufficient evidence to justify criminal proceedings. An allegation was also made against Robert Coles in 1997. He was arrested, but again the police say there was not enough evidence for a prosecution. 2 new allegations have emerged as part of the police investigation.
I can assure the public that the 2 people who have been arrested were not in licensed ministry recently, and the cases are of an historic nature, but I can't say anything further about the arrests that have taken place today.
The police say no allegations of recent or current offending have been made about either priest. They add there is nothing to suggest that any children are currently at risk. Well, the police say that it is confidential documents relating to priests with allegations for historical sexual abuse which have prompted this re-investigation. We understand that those confidential documents were sent to the police by Baroness Butler-Sloss, former High Court judge and member of the House of Lords. A special NSPCC helpline has today been set up by the church to help anybody who's been affected directly or indirectly by this story.
Colin, thank you.